Okay. Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support the brand, Inspired by Dreams. Shop is the place to be. Okay, it got it got dark in these YouTube streets, y'all. It just got dark in these YouTube streets. Now I had to add something into the topics and the my whole structure of today because guess what? It is what it is. Cameron and Mace, they're back. Season 2, Cameron comes in and he goes off on Jim. I'm talking about Jim Jones. He nailed Jim Jones to the wall, just stating the facts and giving it is what it is. So we're gonna talk about that. We got a lot more topics to talk about, but today, man, I have a couple surprises, and I want you guys to, even if you take a look at the thumbnail, you'll get a glimpse. But yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about. But first, let's set it off. Let's set it off and see what's going on.
We're gonna start with Jomo. Let's start with Jomo. And you're a guardian angel and designer, nigga. Fuck is you get? What the fuck is you talking about, my nigga? You are from the Bronx, bro. You are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, my nigga. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you. You are from the Bronx. Did your grandmother live? Did your grandmother live in Harlem? Yes. Did you come see her? Yes. Did I see you time to time? Yes. I did not grow up with you.
Hold on. Okay. So Cameron, he starts the podcast off just explaining, and if for those who don't know what this is, how this started, this all arrived from Cameron. He had an interview with 50 Cent, and he wanted to get just have a better understanding of the time when him and 50 was going at each other when Jim Jones found himself on stage with 50, and Cameron was looking over like confused, like what's really going on. And Jim Jones, he responded at a podcast just recently, saying, Fifth and Cam need to get off his, whatever. And he was talking about, when he went over to 50 Cent, he felt like it was an opportunity because of just how it just got crazy. So today, season 2 starts and Cameron jumps on, and Cam just kept it all the way 100. And I feel like, when you really think about it, the jokes was so crazy. I'm talking about even down to the he was talking about the Harlem. If you're from Harlem, you don't have to scream Harlem everywhere you go. People know you're from Harlem. But we all know that Jim Jones, I guess he was from the Bronx. So Cameron was just stating the facts and just showing people, giving people a better insight on how they came to be. Good morning, my beautiful people. Yeah, I'm just talking about today. I just peeped Cameron. He went in on Jim, and it's crazy because this whole dynamic that they had, what we looked at it as, it might not be that. You have to also understand that Cam, he was friends with Mace too. He was friends with Mace before Jim, so he gets into explaining. He was just, oh man, I mean, it just got dark for the Dipset. It got dark. At this point, they grown. They should at least know that they're not gelling the same, and they should know how to operate in the same space. And Cameron is doing what he does. He's responding to what, when he wasn't here, he couldn't respond. And he just dissed Jim Jones. And another thing, it's kind of questionable. I don't know. With the Harlem song, I know there was a up and coming artist that dropped a song, and it was talking about problems. It had a couple people on it like Big Sean. I believe Fabulous was on it, and I thought that Jim Jones was helping that artist by taking Harlem and kind of like remixing it and getting the song on. But if Jim Jones is trying to claim that song as Harlem, I don't know. That's kind of like that was somebody else's song with the problem. They were saying problem. And I thought that would be the same artist. So I'm not too sure on that if he's helping the same artist or if he just try to like do over the person's song. I'm not sure, but it's crazy, man. It just got really, 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 really dark when it comes down to the Dipset. Another thing that I have a little surprise for you guys, and this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now, I've been telling you guys, on the shouts out to the Art of Dialogue for dropping dope content. he's been interviewing a lot of people that were behind the scenes when it comes down to Bad Boy or whoever worked with Diddy at a certain point. And his recent artist that he brought up there was Chopper. Shouts out to Chopper. And Chopper had a few things to say, just the dynamic between how, you know, with making the band and Diddy and how he acted behind the scenes. So he was just giving us like a little insight of what was going on back there. And one thing that we do know is that he told a story about, you know, Fred, which was another, Freddy P, he's also another one of the members, if, for those who don't know. Freddy P and Diddy got into it, and Diddy was, you know, stopped the whole production to jump in Freddy P's face and tell him that, you know, he'll buy out his block and move his family out, and then every time he come out, he'll have problems with people. And so he was trying to push his power down on Freddy P, and Freddy P wasn't having that. But another thing that I wanted to bring to you guys, I want you guys to really pay attention. I think I solved who Diddy was in that room with. Now listen up. Chopper said that he walked into a studio and saw Diddy kissing a big exec. So he closed the door and he walked out. Now at the time, he was trying to get his own things greenlit that they were not letting him greenlit. Like, in other words, he was trying to push songs that he was trying to get done so he can form a budget for it and push it out to us, the people, so we can hear it. And they wasn't giving them a green light on it. But when he saw whoever was in that room, after the song got greenlit, so I thought to myself, I rewind back and I said, wait a minute. The song was between Chopper and Lil Wayne. So I'm guessing possibly, and this is just I'm just guessing that the person that Diddy was possibly sleeping with or kissing, excuse me, in that room was Birdman. Now I don't want to, and this is not calling anybody out. This is just from me just breaking down what Chopper said, because the video after, if you guys don't realize, it was with Lil Wayne in it. And for you to get that greenlit, you would have had, Diddy would have had to try to get, if Diddy wanted to greenlight that, that would have probably, you know, them holding that back with, because that you never know with Lil Wayne, if he's on as a feature, you can catapult. So that's probably the reason why Diddy was holding that back, not wanting Chopper to go forward with it. But now Chopper seen what was going on in that room, he said, you know what, instead, because I don't want this guy to get mad and start telling people what he saw, so let me just greenlight what he has going on, and that was Lil Wayne. Now that's just my guess at it. You guys can take a look at the interview. I believe it's his second interview when he was speaking on, you know, Diddy kissing a big exec. So that just goes to show you that Diddy, don't think that his boyfriends or whoever he had in the industry, they're hearing and looking at us right now as we speak. And they know that they slept with the man. And Diddy, after a while, it looks like Diddy, it wasn't about not just coming out, but it looks like he wanted to, in a way, let people know, no, they're with me too. And I feel like in the days are moving so fast, you guys. Within a few, it's going to feel like weeks before we see the court case go down, and we're going to see a lot more people implemented in this situation than we thought. But that was just my whole take on it. I don't know if Chopper's going to really clear it up, or if Art of Dialogue ask him, you know, who was the exec that Diddy was kissing. But when I broke it down and I seen the video after, it just looks so crazy, because, and I'm not, a lot of dudes in the industry are bisexual. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I'm just off of the information that Chopper presented. It sounds like it could possibly be Birdman in that room. And I don't know, and that's not to call anybody out, but it sounds weird that, you know, it's a big exec at that time. There was only the biggest execs at that time, Diddy, Birdman, I think at that time you could say Dame Dash, Leor, all those guys were the big execs. And when you put them all in a bunch, the only one that had like anything that's close to this, or allegations that was close to this, was Birdman, because we've seen Birdman kiss Lil Wayne. We've heard things and seen things that might have possibly been a little bit off of what we, you know, are normally used to seeing. So that's the only reason why that could be I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying it's a possibility that Chopper, so I'm hoping that Chopper just, you know, just let the whole truth out in this, who was the person that he was kissing, because that would open our eyes to see how how open was he with this whole bisexual lifestyle that he was pretending to hide? So that's just one thing I wanted to bring to you guys, because it's crazy out there. And just another thing, and I don't want to go into this conspiracy thing, but we gotta kind of, it's like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of situation when it comes to these wildfires and just drones flying over them, and people just not knowing, because I'm hearing that they were arsonists as well. So people were actually adding on to the fire, like throwing fuel to the fire, wanting to see a certain type of destruction happen. So we also have to keep that in mind, and also realize, and I also heard that Diddy's mansion, it was untouched with the fire. Ain't that something? I don't know. Could you just imagine how much, you never know if the burning of all of that was just for one thing, or if this is being just, me personally, my take on the whole situation when it comes to like wildfires and things like that, I feel like how you treat the earth is how the earth in turns treat us. And when you really think about it, all the dead bodies be plunked into the earth. If you really had like a see-through scope that can look at the earth from a distance and see all the people that's been plunked into the earth, and just the way we treat the earth with spraying things, eventually those toxins become poisonous, and eventually things start happening in weird ways. People breathing, everything starts going bad. So it could be that part of it too. And people, there's also a dynamic where we also see people are being they're being so destructional because of their lifestyle, the things they're going through, maybe their mental issues. People are just at the most at this time. So I don't know, man. When it comes down to all of this, it's kind of crazy. I think with those wildfires, I feel so bad for the whether they're celebrities, I'm just gonna say people in general that took losses with it, because these are type of disasters that you can't really control. The only way of controlling these type of things is not, you survive, so don't go back to these places where it could possibly happen again. But man, when I tell you, I heard a lot of different things. It's all about, if you put out good energy. I just feel like the amount of people that has been getting killed over this lack of like low energy type of mindset, where you just got to get yours and you don't care about the next person. That type of energy eventually builds into destruction for everybody. Because if you guys don't really notice, when we see things, it's no longer we look on social media and see it like a third world country and things are happening over there that doesn't reflect on the things that are happening where we live. So now it's no longer looking over like, wow. No, it's looking at a reflection of what's going to happen, or what is happening and where we live. So it eventually the world becomes a smaller place when people don't have these solutions. Everybody start thinking in this mindset, I got to get mine, I got to defend mine, I got to do this, I got to do that. And it leads nowhere. It really leads nowhere. I feel like hip hop entertainment, a lot of places took a hit with that type of mindset. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it. I've heard of the stories, the Hollywood's burning and things like that. But when you really think about it, Hollywood is kind of burning. It kind of burnt in the areas and the people that was affiliated with it. We never know. I can't push those people's opinions away either. So we don't know. We don't know what's next to come. Life is lifing right now for everybody. That's why I always say, when it comes down to it, just think about all the people that had that mindset of just chasing money with no outlook of how to get it or what their dreams was. They'll be lost at this point. They're lost at this point. You got to have something better in life to just stand on, instead of just going out there like that. Because when they snatch all these things away from you, and if you feel like you have nothing, then you did something wrong. You still have you still have your life, your family, you still have ways and opportunities to change things. So when you have that mindset, it just brings people down. So I just want to just healing energy to everybody out there that took losses, and it's a time of rebuild for a lot of people. And not everybody has this time at the same time. Like when people say this is the year of so and so. No, it's not. Really, my rebuild came last year, so it's always been like, I feel like there's a certain point in time where people are just going to start realizing what their true value, the things they value, and the things that suit them the best. And those are things you care about most, you know. Everything else is just a headline, you know. Don't let it hurt you. Don't let it sit with you. Don't let that thing sink in other words. What else we got? Because we definitely got to get back to some of the things we were talking about, but I just want to give like a little briefing of also Britney Spears. She shared like an emotional post on how, you know, she lost a lot of things too. I feel bad for everybody that just took losses, because it doesn't matter how much money a person has, or how much stuff they have, but you know, they're people too. So at the end of the day, you know, people have their things that they hold dear to themselves, and it sucks. It sucks. But as far as like LA and the whole, I feel like California, LA, y'all really gotta. And this is, I don't care how much gang. So a lot of people like to sit on the whole gang culture and say this is what they did for hip hop culture and this and that. But y'all really gotta paint a better picture for yourselves. Y'all really gotta do better than that, LA and California. I know y'all can do way better than that. Y'all can do way better than that. But all of this gang culture, y'all should have already put a different structure around this whole gang culture and all that stuff, because all the killings and the deaths and stuff, people duplicate that because they're lost in life. And I really want to see a better outlook than just people just saying LA and the first thing they think about is gang culture. It doesn't say too much for yourself. Don't think that that's cool just to be held over your head, this whole gang culture, because as time will go, it's just like, you know, the only things that's going to stick are the things that have value. That's why the Bible is still here. Things like gang, those things eventually, those stories will be told over and over again, and then they'll fade away. Y'all got to paint a better picture for yourselves instead of people looking at y'all and thinking y'all all the things is gang culture and all home break-ins and all that stuff. What is it really about? You're going to jump and go through somebody's window to steal what? Some watches, some money, whatever they got in their house. You know how much time that's giving people? It's sad, man. So when it comes, I really feel like they definitely got to paint a new picture for themselves. And they're not the only one. Out here in New York, it's sad out here. It's sad out here. It's not even, we supposed to be the one, listen to this. We supposed to be the ones to steer the culture and stand up for the things that we felt, whether it's just hip hop, whether we supposed to be the ones that's going to stand up and say, no, this is this. But what do? We too busy biting other people and telling people about this and that. And look, we have to, if you want to set the tone, if it started with originality, let it end with originality. It's too much karaoke raps and all of this trying to sound like this other coast. I love the South, I love Midwest, but let them have their time. And get back to what's your sound. Everybody has an individual sound, and this is what made hip hop what it was. Nowadays, people they don't even care about the damn music. They care more about the money, and that's why it's in a place where it's at. It's nasty out there. Come on now. We can't just be pointing the finger at other places. No, we're the ones that looked at LA with the gang culture, took that on, and started hurting our people with it. We should at least have a better restructure as far as the gang culture, because we're up to the point where these Ricos are taking our peoples away for years and years. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all. And the violence keeps happening on the weekend. I see like from females getting stabbed to people just getting shot down in cabs. For what? We're taking on this trend of, oh, if I don't get it, then I'm gonna take out. It don't make no sense. It don't make you tough. I already told you guys. The tough people are not the people right now that's screaming the loudest or talking the most stuff. Because when it happens, it just happens. You can't make another move after it. It's over. People are taking people's life like so. It's almost like it's nothing anymore. People are not caring about nobody, and we can't live like that. We can't live like that. We gotta do better for ourselves. And I don't care. I want everybody to get your money. Get your money. If that's the thing that you feel like there's a sense of happiness in it, get it. But just don't go. I have a video coming up. Just don't go around and because somebody took a different route, you start downing their route. I'm not with that. And that's the reason why I make these certain videos and I speak on hip hop, because hip hop is very hypocritical. Hip hop is a place where they'll tell you, you know what, I looked up to the drug dealer, and then they get there, and then they kick the lyrics to the kids, and they're telling the kids stay in school. Look, listen. Let me tell you something. The kids growing up, they're gonna do what you're doing. They're gonna look at the things and hear the things you say. They're not gonna. They want to be able to live through it and tell the same story. Wake up. You got to start doing right for yourself. And the thing I hate to see now in the news, you see a whole bunch of rappers did this, rapper got shot that. If you're doing rap, you're doing hip hop, that's what you're doing. You can't be a street, you can't be a street person or a street hustler and think you rapping too. No, you don't get two ways in this. That's how you're going to get your whole crew locked up, and people that really out there doing what they got to do, you're going to get them locked up for what? Because you want to be famous. I told you, fame is one of the biggest poisons we have in our society right now. People trying to be famous for nothing. They get up here and be miseducated, and then they're telling people whatever they feel like, whatever opinion they have. Well, your opinion don't serve nothing if it ain't sitting right with the people. You can't just it's one thing about when you see people up here and they're trying to better themselves. I always commend that. Because you're trying to find something different and you feel like your environment or whatever you got going on, you don't want to live like that. I commend that. So you don't want to jump into that space. You want to change it up, whether it be within how you dress, the way you talk, the people around you. I understand that. But then you have some people where they take this positive energy and they want to turn it into some negative nonsense that they got going on in their life. Does it make sense? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. I see a lot of craziness going on, man. I see a lot of craziness going on. Also, healing energy goes out to Dion Cole. I've seen him in the hospital, and I'm like, man, prayers go up for him. And then, on top of that, I heard he lost his house too out in LA. But it's like, my God, man. When nature takes its course, there's nothing we can do. But I just feel like for me, I feel like we were so behind and caught up in this whole entertainment thing that we probably could have did something if we had things set in place. We probably could have did something. Now we know that there's many ways to out a fire. There's ways of throwing water on there, but when you throw the water on there, the smoke rises, and people with bad, that can hurt people's lungs and kill people that have certain problems with breathing. But it's also a thing of like a suffocating of like like when you sometimes I seen like a powder. I don't know what the chemical or whatever it was, but a powdered substance out fires. I seen like fires get outed blanket wise. So these are things that maybe somebody that's thinking of some technology, the better things, can maybe find a way to out fires without having to use our natural resources as water, and find other new ways. These are things we should come up with, not some AI putting 3 heads on Martin Luther King, Kanye West, and Diddy, just to be funny on social media. These are things that we should have had set in place as human beings, but we're so busy trying to get here faster and fly over there that we don't realize that if we fly over there and it burns over there, ain't no coming back to over here. We got to pay attention to what's going on, man. We got to really pay attention to what's going on. I've seen, and it's so crazy, I've seen people, they want to put on this whole fake lifestyle, like, oh, I want to take trips here and there. You're taking trips all over the place. But it's one thing you got to realize that nobody's going to tell you guys. For any of you that have like anxiety, or you're on any types of medications, you're doing any types of treatments with your body, anything to do with that, just knowing that if you take those medications and you take flights, you can get yourself sick, or even possibly put yourself in a stroke or a heart attack. You have to see with your doctor. There's certain things, it's not for everybody. Just don't go off of what people say, go here, go there. And some of these places, the foods out there are so contaminated. If you look up in the news right now, they give you every day a list of foods that's been contaminated, all the way up to chips, potato chips. But still, you follow the guy on YouTube that say, you know what, I want to go over here, and he's sick as a dog. He's sick as a dog. When he flew over there, he got sick. The weather wasn't good. He was on medication. He wasn't living, and then he still got a smile for put on this fake stuff, and he come back out here and he got to lay in the bed before he jump on here live and tell you a lie. We got to be more aware and more truthful about the things we do. Very truthful about it in these times. We see what's going on where people are using our information and they're trying, it's either, and they, you know the sad thing about it, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like people are more paying attention to giving, like bettering AI and technology than their own people. Like giving AI all the information to, because people want, they don't depend, we don't depend on each other to solve each other's problems. We rather depend on a machine or something else. So where does that leave us in the job market? And where does that leave us when it comes to in the relationship department? Out of here. Out of here. Out of here. Already you see the dynamics of relationships changing right now. And people still can't find why they feel like this love ain't what they thought it was. And why it only lasts 2 or 3 years. It's because everything is moving fast. You guys didn't get to know each other. As a matter of fact, you don't know each other. That's why where we are right now in life is the most critical time that's gonna set us straight. It's either some of us ain't gonna make it, y'all, and that's just the fact. Some of us is not gonna make it. Some of us we don't understand what can happen next. We're living in the bop, living in the music. We can't hear it. We are numb already, right? Those people that are numb, they're gonna be the first ones out. Misinformed. They take information that's more suits them. They don't like to look or research anything. Those are the people that's going to be easy to mislead and pay those people to do all sorts of wicked things, whether to themselves or somebody else. In these times, I'm not, and not just jumping back, but let's go back on to Cameron and Jim Jones and Mace. Cam fits a better friendship with Mace. Whether what the world sees it to be or what, he's the guy that knows how it's not about what, it's how people make you feel. I don't care what, we are human beings, and we know we have people that we knew for years and years and years, and they just ain't been good to us. They ain't been that good friend. And the older you get, it's like I always tell you, you're gonna more attract to the people that's a close friend to you. Not the person that's gonna be always in competition or steering or trying to do this or trying to do that. No, the person that's going to work with you. I don't care where you're from. You can be from Harlem, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, wherever you're from. This is going to be the same energy in the end of it. Everybody want to play cool till it ain't cool. I've seen it happen so many times. Trust me on that. That's the reason why I don't, that's why you'll see me mostly that's why I go up against those people that come on here and try to put the money to their ear and try to be logoed up looking like Ren and Tin. That's why I go at them. I take my time out to go at them. I ain't worried about those guys because I know inside they lost. They don't get it. By the time they get it, they're like, damn, he was right. They tricked me. You got to be smart. And it's not to say you have to know the dynamics of why you do the things you do. You don't have to look at somebody or some celebrity out there and because they have high fashion and this and that, you got to throw in that. You be you. And you'll be surprised how many of those celebrities will look onto you and probably, whether they try to take your style or take something from you, just know that if they're going to do anything like that, it's going to be something good, something to better themselves. And that's the good energy that's going to always be around you. If anybody, y'all know me best, if anybody ever told you that I did something to take something from somebody on wherever these places, they lying to you. Everything that I tell you guys is from in here. Yeah, they might sound, but it ain't the same. It don't hit the same because it ain't from here. All these experiences that I've seen people go through, I've seen it time and time again. Time and time again. And some of these I lived through to bring it to this point. And that's why I don't care about all that. I don't mind if somebody's yibbity yapping about this and that, as long as if it's facts, it's facts. That's how it is. If it ain't facts, then I'm gonna see you on that. You could be the biggest giant to the smallest midget. I'm gonna see you on that. Because these are things that we live by and we stand on. We're not just gonna, and a lot of these people, they're not as tough as you think they are. Trust me, when they're met with these types of, when these hurdles are put in front of them, what do? What do they do? Half of these people can't stand up for their own people, let alone their relationships. That's the reason why they keep switching it up, because they have to be a new person to new people every time to live their life. They can't grow with anybody because they don't know who they are. And that's the reason why a lot of these people are lost. You can get lost by that rapper lifestyle, looking at those people and thinking that that's how life is supposed to work. That's not how it's supposed to work. Behind the scenes, some of those people go through the most hurt, the most pain, and they don't know any way but to numb it with all of that nonsense. Those people that they're buying into their stuff don't care two things about them. Won't you want to wear something that somebody loved you for, and you wearing it, and you could tell that story? So just don't be that, like, the mascot, the dummy mascot. Like, don't be the guy that's just mascotting the fool. Don't be that guy. Just be you. And people, they respect that. They respect that. I didn't come on here to try to be like some other guy or no. Everybody has their whole ideologies, but the truth is always going to be the truth. I see a lot of times people come up here and you could just tell they're trying to be like somebody else. And because they haven't found themselves yet. It's okay. It takes years and years for some people to find themselves, and for some people they find it at a young age. But you can always tell the ones that's lost, or just their mindset is structured in a way where you know they're gonna fail, is because all they talk about is money. People with money don't talk about money. It's almost like an embarrassing thing to do, because you know people, it's like, how much money you got then? If you want to talk about money and you want to make a comparison, and you got so much money, why don't you compare it to the people that got the bucks? And then you see where you land, and you start realizing, don't look down on your own people. How hard is that? It's not too hard to do that. And I think where a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people grew up throughout bad friendships on bad friendships on bad friendships. Just people around that's just taking their time away and blowing it, or people that talk behind your back. So now when you come around, they feel some kind of way, because the person that they explain to everybody and describe to everybody, it ain't you. So they're like, wait, hold on, this the person it can be. Now that's a reflection of them. So you know that hurt burns inside to them. Those are the type of people that they always want to be right all the time. But when they get proven that they're wrong, that burns them, and they run. They take off. What you earn today, you can lose tomorrow and earn it back the next day. Don't be fooled by the people that act like it ain't nothing. No, it is something. Life is something. Life is something. You speak on the wrong people, could roll up behind you and hurt you. We're living in a time where social media makes it so easier for people to be found and people to look at somebody in a certain way. So boom, there you have it. Now you're on the news. And everybody, you're in the news in a couple shirts in the hood, and then you got a legacy behind that? No. Be smarter on the things that you do and the things that you say on this social media. Trust me. And you're going to see a lot more content creators getting hit with a lot of lawsuits, because a lot of these people, they make up situations that can possibly hurt somebody's brand, or somebody that's working for somebody, or like in a sponsorship with somebody. You got to be careful on the things that you say. A lot of these people, that's why, if you don't understand it in the beginning, education will kick your butt in the end. I'd rather education kick my butt in the beginning and take my time than in the end take my money and all the things that I work hard for up to that point. Make sense of this. Make sense of this. Make sense of this. There's a reason why the people that you thought had a whole bunch of money is not happy right now and they don't feel fulfilled. Because that now some of them realize that, wait, it ain't just about money. If I speak this way on a certain culture or somebody else, and say, God forbid, something happened to me, the way life has it, that same culture you was talking about probably be the only person to save your life. And now where it leaves you, begging and hoping that they don't know that you said that on their culture. Makes no sense. Stop being so hypocritical, y'all. Stop being so hypocritical, because when them tables turn so fast, man. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. I've seen it. Also, I seen Vince McMahon. He settled out on what is it? It's a $1.7 million. Well, it was a cover up, in other words. So this is what they do. So he kind of, if Diddy had took this route, all of this would have never happened. But the way Vince, because I heard some of the allegations that they had behind Vince McMahon, and just the conditions that he treated people at his job place, And some of those stories had sex attached to it, I could say. But he paid it off, but like, so people can't talk about it. And he got that out the way. So now I guess all that information, if it does come out, then it can't be, probable in court. But I don't know, man. It's a lot of that been going on. People taking their power and but damn, man, you just can't kick it to somebody and see if you could. I don't know. Some weird things going on, y'all. Did y'all see what is her name? Why do I always call her Bad Barbie? I'm pretty sure y'all say that, but Bad Baby, she said she is ready to get married to the guy that her baby father. Is he ready to get married to you though? Because we know he's ready to put his hands on you. We've seen that with our own eyes, but we didn't see any rings or anybody getting on their knees. So, sweetheart, if I was you, I wouldn't be the too quickest to throw that in the air if you don't know the type of person that's gonna want to stand behind you for the rest. Because right now you're still living in this fantasy of who this person is, and it's not the person you're talking about. You're trying to clean up his image on social media from the picture that he painted by putting his hands on you, and you're saying that you feel like marriage is. Look, let me tell you, when it comes to you guys' marriage, it's not gonna be that much further than the relationship you're in now. So don't think when you put the ring on or you stand in front of, in that church that it's gonna hit a guy in the head and make him just change into this guy that's never gonna. No, he's the same person, and you have to figure yourself out. Do you really want what you're asking for? Come on. Don't be scared because you have and that's another thing too. Just because if you happen to have kids with somebody that you feel and if they put their hands on you or you feel like that this could possibly end up with you losing your life in the end, maybe, don't do it. Marriage ain't everything. I don't know why people think you guys can't, man, that's crazy, man. It's totally nuts. I don't know. Shorty's lost and I can see it, man. Shorty's lost, but I do wish him the best. But I mean, an abusive person is an abusive person, man. And some people do change. You got to give people a second chance to change, but I don't know. I don't have strong hope in that relationship at all. And is it my concerns? No, but it's gonna hurt if God forbid something goes wrong and then boom, she's on the news and this is her story. We've seen it time and time again. That's why I brought that up. But yeah, when I was thinking about that whole Diddy and in the room and there's a lot of people that was behind the scenes, and a lot of people knew that, y'all. Don't let nobody fool you. A lot of people knew that there's a lot of these rappers that were bisexual. People are trying to play that off, but come on, man. Come on. After a while, it's just, I guess in our times, people they wanted to act like they didn't know, but that's the truth. So when you hear all these people talking about, the booty bandits and this and that, it's like, yeah, now we know who they were. It's crazy. Diddy was very open with the people that he was kicking it to. I think we're the ones that kept it blind to ourselves and say, you know what, nah. But I think, he was very open of what he was doing. I don't think that the pink stuff made him say, you know what, I'm just going to keep it on the low. After a while, that stuff made him see, he started talking. You lucky he ended up in this, because at this point, because at the end of the day, we never know what type of nonsense that would have happened behind this. Come on now. It's different with guys. Some of these guys, that's why I say the women are they're stronger when it comes to that. A lot of these dudes, you see them, and they be gay as hell. You see them, you tell the real truth on them, and then they look around at the other fellas, and being that everybody know now, they run and go kill somebody, do something crazy. With females, it's not even like that. Females like, all right, so they have their explanations or whatever. But with dudes, it just seemed like these dudes, man, I don't know, some weird stuff be happening over there, especially in hip hop, man. Some weird stuff be happening. I don't look at the game the same. And I don't think I would ever will, because a lot of these people are deceiving. But I do still like certain MCs that stuck to the culture and stuck to just being themselves. A lot of everybody else just doing the makeup and got lost in it. You know how many, another thing too, when it just on some community conversation real quick. I don't know in your areas, but where I'm from, a lot of Macy's are closing down like I once told you was going to happen. All those splashes of different brands in one store all bundled up and clothes all over the damn place, stuff all over the place. If you look, right there, all of that. When you see us, when you go into Macy's and you look at all the brands and this is that, this, all you have to think inside of your head is bankrupt, bankruptcy. Before it worked in the past, but now bankrupt. Those clothes that's sitting on those things are already paid for. They already got paid for. Those are stocked up. They're gonna be dropping prices on them. A lot of Macy's are closing down. Not only Macy's, you know what else is closing down? Out here, Kohl's. If y'all have a Kohl's where you guys live, there's a lot of the Kohl's. 27. Let me see. 27 stores are closing down, and they're saying in April. And that's due to sales struggles. Let me tell you, man, it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna realize for you to enjoy your life, right? It's gonna also take another person enjoying their life. And if you don't understand what I'm saying is, check it out. You got the most money in the world. You're the richest in the world. You're the big dog. But you wanna go and have a good time, right? Those people that's serving you the food, the people that's handing you the clothes or giving you the drink before you buy the clothes in the fitting room, those people, if they don't feel compensated, the more that goes on, how do you think that meal is gonna taste that you're sitting and eating? Man, you just Mr. or Mrs. Almighty, and you got all the money in the world. That you the person. How do you think those meals? So if you want to enjoy yourself, everybody as a whole has to be enjoying themselves too. You don't want to be the only person at a party, right? If the DJ is not getting paid, we just gonna stand there and let the music play on its own? Like, come on. We gotta know that everybody, if the more everybody has these mental struggles, you can't enjoy yourself right. You can't put on that diamond watch and walk down the block if people are sliding and they trying to kill people for Rolexes and all these funny name watches. No. You're going to be ducking just like everybody else. You can't bulletproof your life. There's going to be a point in time where you got to come out that bubble or that bubble of thinking that you're not bulletproof, and something can happen to you for that little bit of time you stepped out to say, you know what, let me just see if I can enjoy it the way boom. That's life. And I want people to understand, let's rewind it back to the top of this episode with Cameron and Jimmy. What you think it might be might not be what it is. The true friends that I see now that Cam explained it the way he explained it is Mason Cam. And people that came around it, Jim was the person, yeah, he held and you know what, and it's not just a down that, but it's always, and I'm not sure what things they got into or why they got into those things, but the shooters, the people that, you know, they ain't, you ain't getting too much, man. You ain't getting too much. Not in hip hop, you ain't getting too much. Not in hip hop. And I feel like I think Jim trying to just transform into being a, you know, because he said that Mace had taught him how to rap, and I think there's a part in there where they lost each other. I believe with that competition. Honestly, that's how I feel. But Cameron just explained it like, yo, dog, you're not even from Harlem, like you from the Bronx. That's who you can, you know. And he said everybody that Jim Jones that he beefed with, or like people that shot at him and different things like that, he go make up with them and like weird stuff. I'm like, man, I can't believe it. I was surprised this morning with that whole thing. My man Mace brought the popcorn because he knew it was going down. From all that talk about how Cam is on his so this and that, yo, that it's getting disrespectful. And at this point, we could only understand that, yeah, they don't gel well. They don't, nah. So I just feel like being that y'all did have a time together, both of y'all go y'all ways and make money y'all certain ways, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. Wow. Wow. You know, you got to be, and when it comes to hip hop too, you got to be a strong in friendship when you get into this game to make sure that the game don't break you. If you don't have the friendship from the beginning, then the game will have people going all sorts of ways. Like, I remember Fifth, you know, they say he was mad with the disloyalty with Banks, you know, Banks, the game in the club, and it's just a whole bunch of, and I don't feel so, you know, I could see how that could possibly happen and look like that, but him not. You know, be good to your peoples, man. That's what I say. Be good to your peoples. I would never want to be around people that I can't trust. Hip hop has a way of making that seem like that's cool, like that fake friend stuff. You know, the whole fake it till you make it. You know, at one time that was a thing, like fake it till you make it. But I don't know if fake it till you make it. What if you don't make it? Then you still faking it? Might as well don't start. Don't fake it. Don't fake it till you make it, y'all. Let's scratch that one out. Don't fake it till you make it. It ain't worth it. Don't start faking it at all. Word. There's a reason why people do the things they do, man. For real. I just can't believe it, man. That they had them two. Well, in a way, I could believe it because people grow apart, and sometimes what people think is a group might not be a group. Like they're not gelling. They're not gelling. You know, like I don't know. But I'm hoping that you guys could take something from this today, man. I
You
seen
told
that
him
this. Let me see.
about dick riding down. That's where this old shit. I would have left. No, I would have left those shit alone. But listen, dick ride. Do you remember how we met, nigga? Pause. Not met. How you got cool with us? This is how this started. I want y'all to go Google Cameron 1995 freestyle.
Wow. Cam really. Oh man, he was surgical with it. He was surgical with it. Just give it. It's nasty. I don't want to put that. I don't want to put this song in. I don't want it to mess up the live. But hold on, let me see. It's nasty. Before we get, yeah, hold on. He said, Mace taught Jim Jones how to rap. It was just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. I feel like Cameron and Mace have a real friendship though. I do feel like that. I feel like those guys, we can see those guys making money together for a long, long time. I feel that's what it's about. And hey, that happens, you know. You never know who's gonna be on your side until you know who's on your side, man. That's what it's all about. I don't. Let me see. It's
Got some genuine love for you. You keep going on and on and on. Every nigga that put hands on you or you get told things, you cool with him. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Me and DC, y'all having sit downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit downs to work it out. You tried to chase French Montana out the game. That ain't work out. Y'all got cool. So cool that you go to his video shoot. Pardon me, not his video shoot, his movie. You sit in the crowd watch his premiere, and they dissing you in the movie.
oh.
You in the movie get dissing. You gotta eat it. Just sitting in the crowd.
You Cam dissed the crap out of Jimmy today. I might jump on a little later on with this. This is so crazy. I got another video that I want to drop. Probably later on. Yeah, tonight at 12 o'clock. Stay tuned for a new video dropping. So I'll be dropping something new for you guys. I love you guys, and just make sure the people that's close to you, make sure they really got your back. They're not the types of friends where, you know, they only come around for certain things, and you just gotta watch people, man. Just because you use somebody for years and years and years, don't make them the best of friends or the friends. A lot of people like to throw that friend stuff around, just like how they throw love around and how they throw sorry around. You gotta watch out for all of that stuff. Don't believe these people. Let their actions show and how you feel inside. If you feel like somebody always talk down on you, get away from these people. Because eventually, they're only going to have, the only person they're going to be able to talk down on is themselves, you know? Thank you. And much love. And you know, the other day I was speaking to you too. Like, if you have anything you want to promote, anything you want me to do or help you with, I'm always going to be here for you, all right? I got to get up with some breakfast, y'all, to be honest with you. I'm hungry right now, and I got the sniffles. I had some fruits, but I want to eat something else. I don't know. Drink some water today and keep hydrated. You good on your end? Okay. Nah, anytime. And I think you would do good. I really think you would do good if you do the those like makeup joints and put them, start with some shorts or maybe, I don't know, you give it a shot. I'm gonna make sure you take a leap. If you didn't take a leap already, I'm gonna make sure you take a leap. And it's gonna be a good one. All right, love you, and please like and share this video. I'll be back And y'all know it's always gonna be good energy. But I just can't believe this morning, Cam, he really went in on Jimmy. All right.